Hey everybody, welcome to H.A.B podcast episode 18.
18.
We're officially adults.
Officially.
Adults.
Adults. We could vote.
Kinda. Do you want to?
Like, should you?
Probably not.
Like, should the H.A.B podcast vote for somebody?
Probably not.
Exactly. 2016 all over again.
Right. So as right now, we are a couple guys
living life,
being hater ass bitches.
Being hater ass bitches.
Right. And today we have a guest, very special guest today, Miss Mariah Love, right?
Right.
Mrs.
Mariah Love.
Mrs.
Sorry.
Get that shit right, Tyler.
I know Mariah, you were a Patriotic Pump ambassador. So
That's
I met you.
Yes.
Yep.
I couldn't remember which one it was.
And if I'm not wrong, you left that because you had a falling out with two of the ladies on there, if I remember correctly, on the group me chat. I swear that was you.
I don't think so. That's
like
kind of the reason.
Like that.
Even if it is, that's fucked up that you just brought it up on here like that. No, you called her ass out.
No, it wasn't.
That was a real hater ass bitch move.
No, that's the thing. That it wasn't her though. That was causing problems. It was the other two girls, and I think
I got out of the group because it was drama, and I just left it, and I stuck with it for a while, and then I eventually just dropped the whole thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, they were. It was like stupid drama.
Right. Do you still talk to anybody from that group or no?
No, besides, you're literally the only person I follow still from that group. I don't remember anybody else.
But we'll go ahead and have you introduce yourself here since we'll let you take it away. Introduction.
Well, I'm Mariah. I'm not really sure what else to introduce, really. Like I said, we met through that company. And we've been, when was that, 2019? 2020?
Yeah. It's 20.
So it's been a couple years. Yeah. And then you're a Star Wars fan. I'm obviously a Star Wars fan. So that's probably why I kept following you.
Yeah.
You do this to every guest we bring on here.
I put them on the spot.
You're just it's like a first date.
Well, what do you want to know?
Tell me about yourself.
Well, it's like I have no problem talking about myself, so I just assume that.
But there's no open-ended questions in this. No Socratic questioning in any of this.
All right, so what do you do for a living? Where do you live?
What's your if you're going to interview somebody,
what's your social? What's your credit card?
Right. Yeah. What's your last four?
Yeah.
Who's your mortgage through?
All right. What for a living and where you live at? Where are you at right now?
I am now in Ohio. Moved from California a year ago, all the way across the country. Now I'm here.
America, Ohio.
That's what people say.
Especially us on this podcast. Yep. So we love you a lot more than we love the other person from Ohio that's been on our podcast.
Yep.
Because fuck you, Craig.
Fuck Craig.
Hey, but see, I'm not from here. I just live here now.
Right.
Factual. That's why we like you.
What actually made you move from California to Ohio?
Poor life decisions?
It was honestly random. We were looking at different places to move, and we just found a house we really liked, sight unseen. We're just like, let's just go for it. If we hate it, we'll move again. It was just like a leap of faith.
Exactly. Sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Worked out so far.
That's kind of interesting, though.
I mean, I did wear the Ohio shirt here. Good old Columbus shirt. Just.
How far are you from Columbus?
I think 2 hours, 3 maybe. I'm right at the border of Kentucky.
Okay.
So you're down near like Cincinnati?
Yeah, I'm an hour from Cincinnati.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I've been down in that region a few times.
Yep.
One of my college roommates was from. It was right on the border of Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. It was not quite Cincinnati, but it was kind of in between. I can't remember what the hell it was called, but I've been down to the way.
Down the way.
Down to the way.
So do you have So do you have it in the plans to like go to the Arnold next year? Because I know you're really into fitness. So have you ever thought about going to the
I
Arnold
wanted to
Classic?
go this year. I wanted to go this year, and it just, totally spaced it. But next year, I think my buddy, he said he wants to fly out too for it. So I'm like, yes, let's do this.
We're definitely planning on going
Dude.
In 2024.
Yes.
And Tyler's been quite a few times. This was my first year at the Arnold.
Yep.
And I for sure have it like in mind that I want to try to go every year now.
Yeah.
Like
It looks so cool.
I'd say like it just we did a whole podcast on the Arnold. I mean, one, it kind of helps that we have like a friend who's a pretty well-known human being in like the fitness industry.
Mm-hmm.
TD Davis, he's a powerlifting legend essentially. He's what I think number 1 natural raw bencher of all time.
I think so.
And then Julius
Good for
Maddox, who
him.
also we know, Julius has broken the world record 3 times.
Yeah.
He tried 800 a couple times. I don't think he's gotten it yet. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head.
That's wild.
But like, yeah, that was part of the plan this year was we were going to get TD on, but it just didn't work out with him being a big dog and doing shit with like NDO Champ and some other people.
CT Fletcher.
CT, he is always doing stuff with CT. But no, if you go, we'll definitely have to work something out.
Yeah.
Joint.
Yeah, for sure.
Podcast.
Dude,
yeah, I'm like right there, so I'm like, I need to go.
That'd be like a fucking joint pod. Dude, that'd be fucking dope, dude.
Right, and that's the thing too. So I definitely wanted to get into that a little bit, like, because I know, I'll be honest, I haven't had a chance to watch your podcast yet, but I have seen clips on Instagram and stuff like that. So tell us a little bit more about your podcast and what you do on there.
So my buddy that does it with me, he's one of my best friends, but we met because he trained me for my first bikini competition. And then we bonded over Star Wars and fitness. And since moving out here, we would talk, especially when Kenobi was on once a week. We'd get on the phone and we'd discuss it. So I'm like, why don't we make this a podcast and make it like a fitness Star Wars like podcast? You know, we both love fitness. We both love Star Wars. And so we just kind of rolled with it. And I'm like, we basically already talk about it on the phone. So let's just put it on the internet. Like maybe people will get something out of it, you know?
Yeah.
So we're just kind of rolling with it now.
We'll say I've listened about 6 episodes in. It is one of the coolest, like, I guess you'd call it an intro song. The intro song you made, or did you make that yourself?
Yeah.
It's fucking
cool, I
cool,
found
dude.
it on SoundCloud. I gave the person credit under there, but he gave it away for free, basically. So I was like, cool, taking that.
Unlicensed stuff.
Yeah.
I'm definitely have to listen to that now because, like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I've just seen some of your clips on Instagram and stuff, and but that's what I honestly kind of like your like origin story that you kind of shared with, because like honestly ours was pretty much the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like Tyler and I have been friends since essentially 2008, 2009. He was a senior, I was a freshman in high school, and we just played football together and wrestled and all that kind of stuff. And we became really good friends like pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously just over the years I've gotten closer and closer, and I was in his wedding and all that kind of crap, you know. I've been talking about doing a podcast forever with a couple other friends. And I think he was over here one night and we were talking about Star Wars, if I remember right. I don't think it was during Kenobi.
Well, when we thought about the podcast, we were at the gym talking about it.
Right, but after that, when we officially decided we were going to do it, you were over here, and like I said, I think we were talking about Star Wars, and like we just didn't do it. So I literally ordered 2 little clip mics off of Amazon, and we did our first episode, and we had no idea what the hell we were doing. And
we still are just like whatever. We just wing it each time, too. There's no structure really. We go off of one topic and then it just spirals.
Right. How many episodes do you have out so far?
10 so far. I'm working on the 11th one.
Okay. So how long have you guys been going for then?
Since we made the podcast?
Yeah, since you guys started.
Well, we've been doing it about once a week, so I'd say 11 weeks. What is that, a month and a half? No, more, 2.
notification once a week, every Monday.
Okay.
It jumps up on my Spotify.
So we usually record Wednesdays or Thursdays, just depending on his schedule. And then I edit them and then put it out on Monday.
I think that's why I like listening to your podcast too, because it kind of, it really does remind me of ours, where it's not like, you guys probably don't cuss as much as we do, and you don't like talk as much shit as we do, but it's like at the same time, it's kind of, we kind of like live on the, we like to live off the cusp, like whatever comes, like we write down our topics, but then we'll just go off the, the top of the brain, what we discuss about. It kind of seems like what you guys do. I think it's a lot more interesting that way, instead of having something like, Joe Rogan or something like that, who has their stuff detailed down to, and like basically it's almost scripted kind of thing.
Well,
not Joe Rogan's a bad example, but
that is a bad example, because I think but
there are some that are scripted.
I think Rogan's like the perfect in between of like Pat McAfee, and like I can't even think of.
We like living off
like Neil deGrasse Tyson or something.
Right.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
No, I think you guys. Like I said, I've only listened about 6 episodes. I really enjoy your guys' podcast. It is called The Gray Path.
Yeah.
So what went into that name?
So kind of like the gray Jedi. So they're not, really a Jedi. They're kind of in the middle. So that's where we're thinking like the fitness in Star Wars, because it's more taboo. It's either like you're into bodybuilding or you're a nerd. So we kind of want to mesh the both of them and be like, you can be a bodybuilder and you can be a nerd at the same time and love what you love. So we're kind of like in the middle. We're the gray, the gray path.
I love that, dude.
Yeah, and Tyler was telling me you're a big Ahsoka fan too, eh?
Oh yeah.
So like, Ahsoka's essentially a gray Jedi too, so it's probably a little.
Technically not, though.
Technically not, but you know what I'm saying, like
she's no Jedi.
But it's still
from her words, she's no Jedi.
Well, I know like you I am a huge Star Wars fan, but I'll be honest, sometimes I am the absolute worst at recalling like trivia. I'm more of like a useless knowledge type of a person. So like, when did Pangea fall apart? Oh, that was June 8th of 40,000 BC. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I know, I think like most great Jedis don't necessarily like call themselves a Jedi. Am I wrong about that?
No.
So most of the ones, at least I know, some of the ones I've known of don't really refer to themselves as Jedi.
I guess other people do.
Yeah. I guess Ahsoka would still be considered a Jedi by other people.
Yeah. I mean, like, I know Rey's like supposed to be some kind of bullshit. We fucking hate Rey. We love Daisy Ridley.
No.
Yeah.
We do love Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, the character sucks. They did her cold.
I think like we've learned so far, like with them bringing back On My Best from, they played Jar Jar Binks and that dude, I forgot his name, the Jedi's name, but
who he played.
Yeah.
Think about that.
But I'm saying like we've learned learned in the past at least year and a half or so with him, and then like obviously we heard the story of Jake Lloyd about how bad they were bullied for their characters, and to an extent like Hayden Christensen too, like just for because like
he's getting his roses now though.
He really is. And I know she's a big Anakin.
Oh, that's my boy.
Oh, okay. I heard you say it the wrong way. I thought you were saying that she was a hater.
No, she loves.
And I was
Anakin,
like,
dude,
come on now. Like maybe if you were like 75 and you like when you're mid 40s when the originals came out, you hated him, but I think everybody at our age accepts him now.
But people just got too intense with it. Like they're just characters. I understand you love it, but like I'm not going out there and doing that to Daisy Ridley. I'm like, I don't like her. I'm just not going to watch it. Like,
right.
Easy peasy.
That's where and I think that's where the problem lies. Is we're like, you see a character that you don't like on TV, or you see a movie that you don't like in a movie, and it's like, well, it's the actor's fault, and it's like that's not how it is.
Yeah,
they're just doing their job.
Well, and that's the things I think some like with how integrated like society is now with social media and entertainment, that like on the screen and off the screen, like it's almost gotten meshed. Like you see, I'm a big pro wrestling fan too, and you see it a lot in the world of pro wrestling. And I mean, it did happen back in the 70s. Like, Ric Flair's got a lot of stories. Like, Ric Flair was a heel for almost his entire run.
Yeah.
But people would, come out in his limo and have tires slashed and shit from fans, So, like, I don't know, man. It's wild. Like, the extent people could go to. But,
yeah. But then look at like
Big
Marvel
Hayden.
and DC. Like people don't get that upset about it if it's not to the T. They're upset, but it's like, why are Star Wars fans like that? I don't get it. They like want to kill the person.
Well, what do you think it is like for specifically with Star Wars fans, Brian?
I have no idea.
We are
They're
toxic
just
as fuck.
yeah, but why? It's like I don't see the difference of that with Marvel or DC. Like it's a movie.
That's a very good point.
So my thoughts that like I kind of go. So I kind of like think of it as like with the Bears, Chicago Bears, right? One of the original NFL teams were the ones that kind of started it. Star Wars is essentially the thing that started all of this.
Like sci-fi stuff.
Like science fiction movies and people becoming hardcore fans of movies too, I would say. Because really like pre-late 70s, there wasn't really like series per se of movies.
Yeah. I mean, you had Star Trek, but that's about it.
But that wasn't, I wouldn't say Star Trek was really like pop culture.
No.
Like it was more just like
that was the nerd.
It was thing. Nerd shit. People who like got made fun of in school watched it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, like that's not how we feel. That's how that. Fuck the 50s, all right? Like racism. But no, but I think sometimes that's kind of the way we feel. Is that like Star Wars is what laid the groundwork so that Marvel could run and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're the ones who know it. We're that's kind of what my brain goes to when I really think about it.
Yeah.
Little spark
but
for
still,
the Bears helmet. I was like, think
we don't need toxic fans.
No,
we still toxic. Sit down.
We're toxic as fuck.
Toxic as fuck. Well, like when you think about it though, it's kind of funny because when people will talk shit about people now who don't like the sequels.
Yeah.
Because like we had the prequels growing up. Our parents and our grandparents had the original trilogy.
Yeah.
So growing up, we had the original trilogy too, and then we got to witness the prequels, and then now it's like now that they have the sequels, everybody's like, well, you don't like the sequels because they're you just like the prequels, and it's like, no, the sequels are ass. They are poorly written.
Well, that's the thing is when the prequels coming out, everybody hated those too.
Right. People still do.
People still hate that shit.
But at least it made sense with the originals,
Facts.
Right.
Well, that's the thing is they couldn't help what they could make. Let's be honest, bro. Like if
sequels made no sense.
Right. Like if you would have came out with Phantom Menace and it made no fucking sense, like there was no Anakin or anything. Like, let's be honest. 2 and 3 weren't getting made.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like sequels, it was an open journal that they could have done anything with.
So just real quick, speaking of Phantom Menace, I want to get your opinion. Right? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, I was going to say, but it's like they could have just at least made Rey a better character. Like, if you're going to do a new character, you should have made her better, but...
So before you get into your question, Tyler, this is something that me and him have talked about a lot on this podcast, is people will shit on Force Awakens all day, and we have shit on Force Awakens. But...
Actually, I like Force Awakens.
Well, we still shit on it. We've shit on it a little bit. Don't be sitting there making that weird-ass face with your pink hat. We both have admitted and said we like Force Awakens. It laid out a good groundwork where they could have went somewhere that could have been good.
Mm-hmm.
But The Last Jedi
could have been.
That just fucked everything up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing with The Last Jedi too is Rian Johnson is a pretty good director. Like if you've seen the Knives Out movies, those are fantastic movies.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those?
What is it?
The Knives Out movies. Oh, if you get a chance, they are fantastic.
I'm writing it down.
As the first one, like Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, the dude that played Zod in Superman, the first Superman, Michael Shannon. Has some really good actors and actresses. It's pretty good movies. So it's like you see those with Rian Johnson, and you're like, how the fuck did you make Star Wars like this? It's fucking.
What other movies did he do too? What are other movies that he did besides Knives Out?
I don't know.
But still, like, he does have an impressive resume, and he went and did
a shitty Star Wars.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I really like.
And my thing is too is like they killed off all the original characters. It's like they just wanted their characters that sucked, and they're like, we're just gonna kill them off. Now Carrie Fisher died, but they would have killed her off too.
Oh, for sure.
Well, they didn't even kill her off in that movie.
Right. That's what lost me, dude. When she
I'll never forget.
When she did that Superman shit, I was like, no, stop.
That's a shit I'll never forget when you said no, they lost me with Superman.
Hey, rest in peace to Carrie Fisher. Okay, she's the GOAT. She did Superman through, like, I get you're powerful in the Force because of who your dad is, but like, bro, you are doing Superman shit.
Like,
but that's the thing, though. That's the first reference of Force user Leia that we have, essentially. And went from, like, never kind of being teased, her, like, sensing the Force a little bit in like the originals, and
like, you get one line in Return of the Jedi where when Luke says basically like, you're my sister, and she's like, somehow I always knew.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's a Force connection.
Exactly.
That's the win right there.
Went from that to
Superman
fucking flying after your ship just got blown.
It's like all we got.
Everyone's dead. Everybody's body's parts are flying all over the place. Somehow you survived.
Yeah.
Old cripply ass woman.
That's not how the Force works. That's not how the Force works.
We all thought we knew what the hell the Force worked, and then they just went and completely rewrote it.
Right.
Right? They were doing some weird shit with the Force. I'm like, that's not how that works. No. No, thank you.
But circling back to the Phantom Menace before we get off too tight, before I lose my question here.
Because we do this a lot.
I forgot we do. We go on tangents. But Hayden Christian at the I think it was at that Star Wars Expo last year, right before Kenobi came out.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he wants to see a what if Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if Anakin never turned to the dark side? But here, I have a thought. I want to get your opinion on it too. Is instead of not, what if Anakin never turned to the dark side? What if Obi-Wan's the one that died at the hands of Maul, and Qui-Gon Jinn survived and trained Anakin?
Well,
because we've already all established that I think Qui-Gon would have been the best master for him. Like, he would have let him handle his the way he.
We would have taught him how to use his emotions instead of saying, "Hey, stop."
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Keep going.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's basically it. Like, Qui-Gon was obviously the perfect master. I think Star Wars fans are in complete unison with that. So, like, that's why, like,
oh, for sure.
Dave Filoni's the one that's like, that's why they call it Duel of the Fates.
I'm telling you, dude, if Dave Filoni wrote and directed a what if Star Wars,
it has to be that one.
I think I would have a heart attack.
Well, I mean, what would you think about that?
I honestly, that would be so cool because I mean, they've talked about him Qui-Gon being like the father figure that Anakin needed, which he did, because it's like then he dies, and then you have Obi-Wan who didn't really want him in the beginning, so there's already kind of that conflict. You know, obviously they end up loving each other, but yeah, I think if Obi-Wan died and Qui-Gon took over, I think the Jedi Council would be totally different. I think Anakin would have actually grown up and been like the true Jedi that he's supposed to be, like the chosen one, and not turn to the dark side. But I think it'd be completely different.
Yeah.
And maybe Yoda would get his shit together and notice things.
See, that's why that's why Dave Filoni, as I was saying, like, Dave Filoni called the Duel of the Fates, because basically you're dueling for the fate of Anakin Skywalker.
Exactly.
And I'm like, God damn it, dude. Like,
well, and here's something that I learned about you this morning when we were golfing. And I kind of,
Is what I told you?
Yeah. So I kind of want to call you out for a second, Brian, and be a
I'm
hater.
Sorry for this.
And be a hater ass bitch for a second.
Oh no.
But I heard that you don't like Count Dooku.
I don't like him.
Out of here! No fucking way, dude. I thought he was gonna be like, he's okay. No, you shivered and almost threw up. Like, what?
Yeah, no, I don't like him.
We need the explanation here.
Because I just, like, I'm getting chills. I don't get it.
Dooku's the shit, dude.
Dooku is the shit.
He bugs me. I don't know. There's something about him, and Christopher Lee, love him as an actor, but he just bugs me playing Dooku. And then, like, I don't know if it's a rumor or whatever, how Jar Jar was supposed to be the Sith, but that he brought in Dooku to replace that. And so maybe that too, I'm just like, I want to see Jar Jar as a Sith. And so then he brings in Dooku, and I just automatically just didn't like him. So I don't know. There's just something about him.
I will buy into that. That, like, I have read that before, and it did leave like a little bit of a sour taste. I was like, damn, we missed out on something great. But Count Dooku was great, dog. Count Dooku was a goat.
He's not. I don't know.
He's the
He's
goat
just too,
of
like,
I wouldn't say he's goated, but like, I wouldn't say he's goated.
I mean, I would rather have had Maul for 3 movies than Count Dooku.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
but
100%.
Because that's my true feeling is I would have loved to see Maul throughout all of it.
Oh yeah, he's like one of my favorites. He's such a great character.
You know why they made Maul, Dooku, and Grievous, right? As like the main villains of 1, 2, and 3, right? It's supposed to foreshadow Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Maul's
like,
the hatred,
a lot of thought
Dooku's
went into
the
that.
fallen Jedi, and Grievous is the robotics.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, like, talking about what if, like, if Qui-Gon never dies, Dooku probably doesn't fall.
See, that's the thing to me is people keep saying that, but then if you watch Tales of the Jedi, he was already working with Sidious.
Right, but not all the way.
True.
Because it's true.
But what about Maul? Would he still be alive?
I don't know.
Would Qui-Gon cut him in half?
I think Qui-Gon still gets his ass.
I mean, yeah, I think it plays out the same. It's just I think that instead of Obi-Wan,
reversed.
Like in the specific Phantom Menace,
where like a young Obi-Wan gets eager and runs in after Maul, and then Qui-Gon gets stopped by those things, and he's fighting him one-on-one, and his inexperience does him in. Maul is just attacking him, and he doesn't know how to defend it. Yeah, he's not good at defense like he is in 2 and 3.
Yeah. Well, he's still a Padawan.
That's what I'm saying. So his inexperience does him in, and then...
Yeah, let's be honest, and I'm a huge Obi-Wan fan. Let's be honest, like, Obi-Wan's probably losing in that battle.
As a Padawan, yeah.
But for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Qui-Gon gets his ass.
I think so.
Man, she is hating on us.
She is. She's like, I'm never fucking come back.
She said they have let me talk for 3 minutes of this 28-minute podcast.
All right, so since you feel that way, I want to give her a chance to just. I want to hear her talk about Hayden Christensen and Anakin Skywalker, because I had a thought the other day, but I'm gonna let her talk about it first. I want to talk about her love for Anakin Skywalker, because we are Anakin Skywalker.
Like why I love him.
I mean, I don't know if we can ask this lady questions instead of just like let me let her talk.
Yeah, why do you love Anakin Skywalker?
There you go. Good job. We've been doing this shit for
I talked
6
about
months
this a little bit. No, I feel it. But I think I talked a little bit on my podcast about it. But I think because when the Phantom Menace came out, I was like 7. And so like Anakin was 9. So I really related with him. So I already liked him as a kid because I'm like, ooh, I'm a kid. He's a kid. Like I can relate, you know. And then here comes the second movie. He's 19 in it. So I'm like 10 or 11 maybe after that movie comes out. And so at that point, it was just a crush because I was in that phase. But as I got older too, watching him in the third movie, and he's like 22 and he's very emotional and stuff, and I'm just a teenager, and I felt like he was just really relatable at the time because like when you're 19 and 20, 21, 22, like let's be real, our emotions take over, especially with your first love and the hate, anger, everything he went through. So I felt like it was relatable. So when people are hating on him, now as an adult, I kind of get it because I'm like, he is kind of cringy in moments. He is kind of like a baby, but at the same time, at one point I related to that because I was that age. So I think that's where it was just relatable for me. And then, like I said, it was a crush too. So
I think we've all looked back and said, wow, what the fuck were we doing at 22 years old?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, we didn't have our shit together.
Yeah. Again, I've been rewatching some of the movies like lately, and I rewatched 2 the other day. And like you would think over time the sand line would get not as cringy. But I was watching it with somebody who's never watched Star Wars, and I was like, "Don't hate me, don't hate Star Wars, no." You know what I'm saying? Like it,
right?
She was like, "What the?"
But
fuck?
see, as an adult, like you see where people didn't like that were adults, you know. But when you're younger, you're just like, yeah, fuck sand, like
yeah, fuck sand. I'm never going to the beach again.
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny you say that because I had just seen a meme about that where it said basically if you look at it through the lens of like,
makes sense.
He's a guy who's never been around, like he hasn't been around Padme in 10 years. Doesn't really flirt with other
social
girls.
skills.
He's always just constantly fighting. What would he say?
His whole life
he's like a homeschooled kid.
Exactly. Right. Homeschooled kid who just gets sent out every day to go like kill people.
Yeah.
Androids.
Just like, here's the world. Exactly. Here you go. And a pretty girl.
Yep. Yeah. Not even just like the world. Is it like, here's this universe with 1 billion planets that you need to learn every language,
and you're the chosen one. You're gonna save everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went straight to his head.
It did though.
Yeah.
And like, I know we talked about Dave Filoni too. Like, I finally got this guy to watch Clone Wars and Rebels lately, and
months ago.
Yeah, but still, it's within the past year. What are your feelings on those shows? Have you watched them? I'm just assuming you probably have.
Yes.
You're a Ahsoka fan.
Yeah, but I didn't watch them until, when was it? 2019. So I didn't watch them as a kid because I thought they were a kid show, and I just was like, people made fun of me for liking Star Wars at the time they came out. So I'm just like, I'm not watching those kid shows. And then my buddy, he forced me to, and because he's like, I know you like Anakin, you love Darth Maul, like you're gonna love Clone Wars. Watch it. And I was just like, I can't believe it's taken me until now to watch it, you know. And it's like one of my favorites, and it makes everything make sense. Like it ties everything together.
And I think, and I feel like me and you talked about this. I don't know if it was on the podcast or if it was just like us talking like at the gym or golfing or whatever. So I watched it during COVID. It was like, I don't remember if that's when Disney Plus came out, but I remember Disney Plus wasn't out all that long. And they decided to come out with that final season. That was when I started to watch it. I was like, I'm going to watch this and watch this final season that just came out and whatever else. But do you think that Clone Wars, the TV show coming out and like getting the love that it got, is what changed a lot of people's opinions about the prequels?
Oh yeah, I think so. Because I think a lot of people, there's just too many loopholes or like stuff just unanswered, and they didn't understand why Anakin was that way. There's no development, so it's like all of a sudden you get all these seasons. Now he's got development and character, and it's like, oh, maybe he's not as whiny as we thought. Like he is like a normal person.
Just like ladder up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you literally
and then it makes sense why he turns in the third one.
Yeah. Which,
because you think like watching from the second one to the third one, you almost think it's easy. That like you're like, how did he turn so quick?
Yeah.
And like I know like in the second one, he says like he was friends with Palpatine for those 10 years. Yeah. And then obviously he stays friends with Palpatine, so Palpatine's working on his ass. But then you're like, it doesn't seem believable. And then you get Clone Wars, you're like, okay, it's believable now.
You see the manipulation and how he's kind of working, you know,
every step of the way.
Bring him on the other side.
Man.
I told him last week in the podcast, though, I was speaking of the Clone Wars, because that's where Ahsoka was created for, basically. I was like, if you really truly think about it, though, it's like it's kind of fucked up how great of a character Ahsoka is. Yeah. But she was literally created at the point just to be like, hey, here's another reason why Anakin turns to the dark side. And to sow that mistrust in the Jedi Council, they turned on her on a dime.
Literally.
Well, and I'm like, this is bullshit, dude.
And that's the thing too is, after I watched the Clone Wars, I went and watched the third one again, and it really does it almost kind of makes you feel even more that the Jedi are the heels of the situation. The bad guy.
Mhm.
They're the bad guy.
They're
Oh,
not
yeah.
the bad guy. They're just dumbasses.
That's why I called them.
They're too
That's why I
political.
reference them as the heel, as they're just like the dirty, groundly. Like you just kind of want to throw them into the ground and stomp them with your heel. And you're like, will you stop being dumb?
Right. Open your
That's where
eyes.
the term comes from, by the way. If you're wondering.
Yeah. What was your favorite moment in Clone Wars?
That's a hard one. Maul coming back.
That part gets me every time.
What a great fucking.
I watched
The
Solo
way they pulled
before
it back.
seeing Clone Wars.
Oh, I
So
did
like
too.
at the end, it's Solo,
Did
right?
that
Yeah.
confuse the fuck
At
out
the
of
end
you?
of Solo, I was just like, yeah. I said, what?
Yeah.
And then my buddy's like, just watch Clone Wars. And I'm like, fine. And then when he
That's
came
when
back, I was
went
like,
on.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like Solo?
I did, honestly.
I did.
Really?
I'm leaving. No, I didn't. Tyler shits on it. I don't think it's that bad, but like
I liked it.
I just didn't think there was any hope for it. Like having somebody else play Han Solo and just the reason they came up with his name. And, like there was a lot of like really The Last Jedi type shit that went on in that movie.
Yeah.
But I don't think
That
it
is
was
true.
that bad.
And it was weird seeing
Truly.
like a different person play Han Solo.
Yeah.
I like the Chewbacca story though. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was good. And I did like Donald Glover as Lando.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that arc.
He
too.
kills everything he's in.
He's so good, man.
Well, I think for me, Solo, because it came out after Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
See, Rogue One was
16.
Yeah.
And
Solo's 18.
Solo's 18.
So, like, for me, Rogue One set the bar of Disney Star Wars for me, because, like, everybody shits on Disney Star Wars, and then they turn around and forget about Rogue One. And that's a movie where, like, obviously Darth Vader's in it, and Darth Vader steals the fucking show. But, like, if you take out those Darth Vader scenes,
the movie
it's still a fucking great movie.
Still just as good.
It is.
So,
and it's, like, so beautiful, too. Like, the sceneries and stuff. They did a really good job on that movie.
Yeah.
It's great fun. I need to watch it again. I love that movie.
Now you're kind of making me want to watch it. So, and speaking of that, so did you see what anniversary, like last week, what anniversary was?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever see that video of my mom when I showed her Rogue One for the first time?
Yeah.
So my mom is the biggest Star Wars fan. Like she's not like a Mark or like somebody who watches a lot of stuff. She's just seen the movies and just loves it. Went and saw the original in theaters. Me and my brother made sure she's gone to all of them to see all of them in theaters. The only two she hasn't was Rogue One and Han Solo, or the Solo movie. So I don't really count those. But I showed her Rogue One when it had come out on whatever streaming platform at the time, or
Disney Plus.
I don't know. Was Disney Plus out there? Because it was like 6 years ago. The movie hadn't been out that long. I might have rented it on Amazon or something.
Right. Okay.
But I showed it to her, right? And after the movie's over, and obviously the planet blows. Spoiler warning: obviously the planet blows up. Everybody dies. That you think everybody dies, whatever. Dude, she bawled crying for an hour.
Oh,
I swear,
poor thing.
I'll send it to you. It was a Facebook Live. I went Facebook Live. That was when like that first came out. And it's fucking comedy. Like I really want to like put it on TikTok now. Like that's a thing, and see how many like likes.
Your poor mom.
Share.
It probably would get like crazy.
It was literally her idea. She was the one who reminded me that like it came up on Facebook Memories like 6 years ago today or whatever. Yeah. She was like, "You should put this on TikTok or like your guys' H.A.B. podcast page, and you guys might really blow up from it." And I was like, "Low key, it probably would."
Yeah. It probably would.
Like it's just a video of me following her around with a camera, laughing at her and like bringing up and reminding her about how this person died, and it's comedy. You know?
Just shows how attached she is. Then
that movie broke my heart, man.
Like they were so in love. She was convinced that Cassian and is it Jen or so?
Yeah, Jen or so.
she was convinced that they were in love. Like, you don't know
Well, in her head, they were.
that. But, damn. All right. Right. Said, well,
Yeah.
back up off Lori, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, I get it.
But right. Speaking of Cassian Andor, though.
Did you watch? Yeah. Did you watch Andor?
I didn't like it at first.
I don't like
how many episodes did it take you to get into it?
That's a good question.
Like 4. But I couldn't.
Really?
Ooh,
I couldn't take away.
Deep, eh?
Yeah, but I just couldn't take away that this is a different type of Star Wars show. I just kept in my head there's gonna be lightsabers, there's gonna be Vader and all that. So I just couldn't get behind it being a drama crime kind of show. And once I switched my mindset and really got into it, I was like, okay, now this is a good show.
Okay.
But I would call my buddy up and I'm like, the show just sucks. There's nothing going on.
Tyler, go ahead and say what you thought about the show before it even started.
Oh yeah, I thought it was worthless.
You were like, "What's the point of the show?"
Yeah, we know he dies. His
right?
fate. He
That's
dies.
what I thought. Mm-hmm.
And my dumbass was arguing of well, maybe he didn't die. Maybe that's what the show's about. And then they finally announced what the plot was going to be. And it was going to be about him finding his way to the rebellion and all that.
Yeah.
So obviously that changed for me pretty quick. But
Mm-hmm.
How many episodes did it take you? 2?
Oh, I think it was the first one, man, that got me. I was like, this is some good shit.
Because I remember you calling me one of the first couple episodes and being like, all right, this is a pretty good show.
Yeah. And the guy that plays fuck, man, the Skarsgård, what's his name? Kellen Skarsgård, the guy that plays the rebellion, the one that recruits Andor. He had one of the fucking best speeches I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The collector got the long hair. He put on his long hair like he was. Yeah.
You got me now, yeah. It took me a minute to.
I burned my decency for a sunrise that I'll never see. I'm like, fuck. Oh my God, dude. Okay.
Yeah, I remember it now. Because I say, I'm not going to lie, you lost me for a second. I was like, what? But no, yeah. The final episode or whatever, when they're.
It's one of them, yeah.
In the middle of the town or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to rewatch it now that I know I like it.
Yeah, it definitely got me on one of the first couple episodes. Mm-hmm. I was already pretty hopeful for it, and I want to say it was with him in the first episode. I was like, all right, I'm ready to see fucking everything Cassian.
So let's get back to Clone Wars. I want to talk about Clone Wars. I keep thinking about Clone Wars. What did you think about what's the final 3 episodes? Is that the Order 66 arc? Is the final 3, right?
Oh, of Clone Wars?
Mm-hmm. Those are the ones I'm talking about the most.
Yeah, because it's a couple episodes in is when this.
Because it's in the Siege of Mandalore, then turns into Order 66.
Yeah, but there's the first 2 or 3 episodes. Is it what? There's 10 episodes in 7th season.
Yeah,
I want to say it's the first 2 or 3 is something else, and then it gets into Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah,
and then the final 3 are Order 66.
I will say real quick.
Am I right about that? Do you know?
I think so.
I
will
think
say real quick before we get.
I honestly can't remember.
Before we get into the final 3, my favorite part of Clone Wars happened during episode or season 7 when Anakin and the clones rolled up on that place, and he was like, Obi-Wan said we can't get the tactical droid to come out. Anakin's like, hey, look, guys, Anakin Skywalker's here. And the guy's like, oh, shit. He just uses the Force to bring him to him and just cuts him in half. And I was like, that is some shit right there.
Yeah.
100% Anakin.
So, do we ever, is that how we asked her earlier, what her favorite moment of Clone Wars was?
When the Rebels, too?
You had said your favorite moment was the return of Maul.
Yeah.
What's your favorite moment of Clone Wars, Colin?
I just said it.
Is that moment right there?
That's my favorite moment of the Clone Wars, dude. I mean, I love Clone Wars, but it was
Mark. Kidding.
No, that's my favorite part.
No, I do remember because I'm surprised you didn't say another moment though.
It was so comedy because the way he just walked out, he was like, "Oh shit, guys!" It was basically like, "Oh shit, guys, I'm Anakin Skywalker, and I'm right here just by myself." Oh, there you are. Come here. Bring your ass here.
I think there's so many moments in Clone Wars. It's hard to choose one. But I'm gonna say the one that I thought Tyler was gonna say is obviously the final episode that lives in our heads rent free. Of obviously like Ahsoka putting her lightsabers down or whatever else, and then flashes forward to Vader going to the same site. Like,
did you cry?
Me? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's just to be honest.
It was close, dude.
If you're not crying during that scene, one, are you even a Star
It's
Wars
just like,
fan? And two, do you have emotions? Because that punches you right in the fucking throat.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every time, dude. Every time. And I've seen it so many times.
So for like the final 3 episodes, when they turned the Clone Wars logo from yellow to red. I just, every episode I watched, I just couldn't stop tapping my feet. I had so much anxiety because I was like, I just know it's coming. I just know it's coming. And then when they showed that, and they showed the transition from Jesse's helmet from on the regular ground to the snow, and you just see Vader, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me, Dave Filoni? Okay.
Like, why?
You're gonna make a grown ass man cry right now over fucking animation Star Wars.
And that's why people like Vader too, because I'm like, he's still Anakin in there. Like,
he is such a deep, complex, like just the psychology, like entertainment psychology behind Vader is what is great about cinema and all of it. Those are the epitome of
like he's not just a bad guy.
Exactly.
Right.
There's so many levels to him.
So I'll ask you this, Mariah, is are you kind of along the lines of us? Is that when we watch episode 3, we're hoping it's this time Anakin doesn't turn to the dark side? Or like, have you ever seen those memes?
Every time. Yeah.
Like you're hoping.
And I'm
this
like,
is the
I
one
totally
time
relate with that.
Yeah.
So like I told my wife yesterday,
he's gonna kill Palpatine and not Mace. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be great.
He's gonna be changed this time.
So I told my wife yesterday, and I said, because I told her one time, I was like, I want to watch episode 3, and I said, and she made fun of me because I told her, I was like, I hope this is the time that Anakin doesn't turn to the dark side. And she's like, you know that he does though, and it's like, okay, shut up, like I know that, but, and I told her, I said, I just thought, I think it was yesterday, I just thought of this. I said, when you watch the original trilogy as a kid, Vader's already Vader. You know, the first thing you see is him fucking choking a rebel and killing people and shit like that, just being pure evil until his son comes along. Then you get the prequels, and now you're watching him as a kid grow up. You've seen him in his human side, and you're like, motherfucker, dude, like it hurts so much more now. You're watching a man, you're like, you kind of, like she said, like, like you said, you kind of relate with them, and then you're like, oh shit, dude, like anybody can just be manipulated.
But
and
it's like still relatable. It's like,
right?
Maybe I would have done the same thing. Maybe I would have been, gone to the dark side.
I would have been fucked. With my anger issues, I would have been dark side. Dark side has more fun, I feel like.
It is a lot more fun being a heel than being a baby.
Right.
Right.
I'm just gonna keep pulling on wrestling.
Yeah, you're a nerd.
I am a nerd.
Get eaten by mosquitoes.
Oh, Drewski.
So, let's just lead into this then. We got Ahsoka in 2 weeks?
Yeah, 23rd.
23rd. What are your expectations? What are you expecting to see? What are your expectations overall for the show?
I definitely want to see Anakin. I want to see him in a flashback, though. I don't. Everyone's like, he's just gonna be a Force ghost. I'm like, no, we need to see a Clone Wars flashback, please and thank you, because they released something I think today where you see Sabine and her fighting, and it's like a flashback. So I'm like, okay, like maybe we'll get one, but I don't know, because I don't know if they're gonna throw in the world between worlds in there, and then that's just gonna make things like complicated. I don't know. Like, I think it's gonna be good. It looks like it's gonna be good.
I'm kind of curious.
It better be good.
I think it's gonna be amazing. But
especially Rebel season 5,
pretty much. But I like you. am a huge Ahsoka fan. And love me some Rosario Dawson.
Right.
What are your thoughts on Rosario Dawson being cast as Ahsoka? Because I know people like that's another sign of the
People
toxic
shit on
fan
it.
base that people kind of didn't like her. They don't like I forgot what they call them, what her species has.
Think of like
Essentially her
Goose
hair.
or like I don't know, something like
Yeah.
that.
Whatever that's called.
But they're
Yeah.
long in animation, they're long in Rebels, but then they're short as hell in
Mhm.
as live action.
Well, and also like they move a little bit,
Right.
and like in live action they look like they are plastic. So
Yeah.
I mean, so
Well,
do
that's
you
what
like
she said
Rosario
too. She's like, I think, yeah. When they first announced her, I even was cool with her because everyone's like, oh,
Mhm.
Ashley Eckstein should be her, but I'm just like, I don't know. Like, she's got that look though, and so,
Yeah.
and then I think she did a really good job. Like, she obviously did a lot of studying on it because I think she really portrayed her after Clone Wars like really well.
Cool.
But then she even explained too, they're too short because when they're fighting, they're getting in the way because they don't move. And so she's like, we had to make him short. Like, sorry.
And here's the thing too, and like we're big like Jay and Silent Bob, Kevin Smith fans too. Kevin Smith and Rosario Dawson are very close.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be honest about it. She probably wouldn't have accepted this role if Kevin Smith didn't like approve it in some way.
Probably.
Like she probably asked for his blessing because he's a big Star Wars. He's a everything fan. Let's be honest, but
he's the biggest nerd.
Well, what about what's her face that's playing Hera? I forget her name, but Ewan McGregor's wife.
But it's yeah,
that's right. I completely forgot about that.
I don't know how I feel about her.
Yeah,
but see, I don't know how I feel about her either.
We got to see
until
how
I guess I see her acting. Yeah,
that was the one thing I did kind of feel that way. That just because like of Homegirl being brought in to play Mandalorian. It's really embarrassing. I think of her name, Katie.
Oh, Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff. Oh, yeah. The comments and she had like voiced Homegirl and then like she came in and killed it. Like I honestly, part of me really would have thought it would have been kind of cool to.
Did you hear what I said?
Part of the 2%. Did you see her interview when she talked about that? Do you know what we're referencing?
Oh yeah, okay, I do. Yeah, now I do. I remember that.
Where 2% of them won us.
2%. We're the 2%.
We are the 2%. Katie Sackhoff is a smoke show. But
it's something with the suit too, because like I don't think Pedro Pascal is attractive at all, but put that suit on. I don't know, something about that.
Pedro Pascal is daddy.
See, I just don't think he's like,
he
don't do that for me. Yeah.
Little man in an outfit.
I don't know why.
So do you feel that way about Bill Burr too when he's in the show? Or
no.
Motherfucking
It's just him. Just his character.
I'm jumping on Bill Burr.
Nah.
That's great though. Hey, love being honest. I love the honesty.
Yeah. But oh god.
Wait a minute, what are you getting to?
I don't even remember now. Like that would have been cool to like. I thought it would have been cool to see. Like all the voice actors from the show play the people, but like I don't think some of them would have worked out.
I think
because like Katie Sackhoff is such a rare occurrence.
Yeah,
and she just looks like the character. Like they almost made the character off of her.
I am going to say this though, even though I know like Kanan Jarrus has like become Dune and he's the wolf and everything, but if there's any kind of reference or any flashbacks with Kanan Jarrus, and it's not Freddie Prinze Jr.,
it's got to be.
He already said he wasn't going to.
But I'm just saying
that could just be Disney silencing him, like, "Hey man, don't say shit."
But that's the thing, though, is it
true?
I'm just saying that like if it's not him, if they do decide to do it at some point, if we do get more than one season of Ahsoka, like I'm gonna be pissed and I'm gonna riot.
Yeah,
and we're gonna burn down.
Yeah, he's like one of my favorites.
Big fan.
I'm so sad he died.
Ashley Eckstein plays a really good voice of Ahsoka because she almost has that childlike. Well, she definitely has like that childlike voice, and then she also has like the childlike excitement. Like she doesn't fit the role of like a live action.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like older Ahsoka.
Yeah,
And but that's the thing. That's one thing I didn't necessarily like about Ahsoka and Rebels too is like this is literally direct, like you said, it's Rebels season 5. It's directly afterwards. That like I think there should have been like an older sounding voice, or she did on the voice a little bit differently.
Yeah,
for Rebels because like Ahsoka's
a little more mature.
40s. If you think Ahsoka's damn near the same age, and maybe a little bit younger than Anakin.
Yeah.
So like she's in her like late 40s, early 50s, damn near.
Yeah.
Because Anakin's in his like late 50s, early 60s.
When he died, yeah.
She's probably like 5 to 7 years younger than him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe 8 years.
So like, that's why I think Rosario's perfect because Rosario is like I think she's like 42 or 43.
Yeah.
So like she's close enough in age, and she's still like young enough to do some of the shit that she needs to do. But also, I just think Rosario Dawson's.
But I did notice in the trailer that they did make her little things a little bit longer. But then sometimes they're shorter too. I was noticing that, and yeah, just little clips here and there. I noticed it, but I don't know if it's just like
for sure. She's like I noticed in different clips that shit wasn't the same.
Shit looks different. But shit looks the same.
They did that. Okay, Clone Wars. If you watch where they're running after the person that's trying to kill Padme, and they go in that bar, Anakin's little Padawan braid is like super short, and then he turns his head and it's like super long. So like I noticed weird shit like that.
I definitely noticed it like that from time to time, so I get it.
In Clone Wars or in Attack of the Clones?
Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
I do that all the time.
I may have to watch that again because I just started watching that one again, and I just got to the part where he was talking to him and Padme were at the restaurant together. Right before she tries to friend zone.
I just remember it's him and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out where the little creature shapeshifter thing is.
See, and I love the memes about like don't be getting mad at like Anakin for like falling in love. Like if you saw Natalie Portman wearing this outfit, like you would too.
Right.
And they're all like the outfits from like
come on.
But I'm not even gonna lie. Her like little white outfit and Attack of the Clones gets me every time. Like when
that's another one too. Like she has her whole outfit on, and then she goes up the little thing, and then it scratches her, and then it turns, and all of a sudden half of her shirt's gone.
Exactly. That's it. She's just it's just here. It's just a here up.
There's just nothing.
She did the extra abs that day.
Exactly.
She's like, I gotta show them.
Just ripped it off.
Let me hear you say something about the prequels, bitch.
God.
Right. Freaking Natalie.
Have you seen any of the SNL like Star Wars bits?
I've seen the Natalie Portman one for sure.
Have you seen the Adam Driver ones?
Oh my god, yeah. He's funny. Because I've never really seen him in anything except for the Star Wars.
Oh, he's good.
He's a pretty good actor.
He did a movie with Scarlett Johansson. I think it was like 2019 or 2020. And they're like a married couple and they're going through like a nasty divorce and stuff. It's a really fucking good. They both won awards for it. It was on Netflix for a while. And that new 65 came. That movie, I haven't heard. It's like a weird dinosaur movie.
We started that. I think my husband finished it, but I didn't. I don't know. It didn't really get my attention.
Yeah, like there's times I've thought about watching it, but I just don't. Because I remember we shitted it on it in the theater.
We saw the trailer for it.
Yeah. But random fact, Adam Driver is actually from like where we're from.
Yeah.
He grew up in Mishawaka.
No way.
Yeah.
That's wild.
He moved
just
out
about 5-10 minutes ago.
He moved out to California with his mom. Right? Or his mom and dad.
He was born in California. His mom was originally from Mishawaka.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay.
They moved back.
Yeah.
He graduated from Mishawaka High School.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Marines.
Yeah.
After 9/11.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you went to the Marines.
What a G.
Yeah, he still has a lot of family in town. Like some people that I went to high school with, they're like legit related to him.
Yeah. What did you think about
There's a lot of famous people on this side of the country.
It really is.
Like Indiana, Ohio, Michigan.
Yeah.
What did you
weird.
think about Kylo Ren?
I don't like him.
He is kind of the definition of like
To
a
me,
teenager.
Yeah, I'm like, to me, that's whiny. He's just a whiny baby.
Yeah. No, and this is something, just to kind of put my own 2 cents in, this is something I actually kind of like talked to Tyler about not long ago because I had rewatched. Like I said, I went through and rewatched everything, and I got to the what the hell's the last one, the ninth, the last no
Rise of Skywalker.
Why I couldn't spit it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I was trying to convince him because let's be honest, the movie sucks. But like what they had to go with off of The Last Jedi, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I guess they didn't have too much.
Of, like putting it in schemes of this is what you had to work with. Okay, you did all right. I can't hate on you because you had nothing to go from. But
I just don't understand, like, why bring back Palpatine? What was that? Like,
it made zero sense. It completely just ruined the entire arc of Vader.
Bring in a new person or something. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. There was your opportunity for Jar Jar Binks. I was behind it all along.
There.
Yeah, Misa behind it all along.
It basically ruined like
everything Vader
did, like from the rise and the fall to the rise of Anakin Skywalker was
all for none.
Shitted on, basically.
It's like basically those are just gone. Like, what was the point of those movies?
Well, here's the thing too, right? Is technically the thing like that sucking up the life force thing is technically like what ultimately Anakin was trying to figure out from a right, like right into it.
Mm-hmm.
To say Padme. Now out of nowhere, just fucking everybody can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Or like Kylo Ren they can force heal.
Kylo Ren can just. Oh, I mean, a lot of people could do that.
You mean same room together?
Like, exactly, just like, oh, Rey's back alive again. I'm Kylo Ren. Oh, now I'm gonna die. Like what?
Good.
Can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That was over here fucking.
I had to switch headphones.
But that was the thing that got me was just like now out of nowhere everybody can just do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
no training, no nothing. Like Rey just had all these powers, and she's just like, I know how to do it all. No training. I'm not good.
J.J. Abrams did the last one, right? It was
the
Force Awakens and the ninth one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely tried to like. Because let's be honest, like I don't think Kylo Ren was that bad in Force Awakens. He was definitely a whiny little bitch, but like wasn't that bad. The Last Jedi is what like really got me with him. Mm-hmm. But then the Rise of Skywalker, I feel like he did kind of redeem him a little bit. Made him where he wasn't that bad, like that annoying, I should say.
Yeah,
but
like he kind of.
Yeah, but you couldn't I can't see past.
I think too.
And like him and Rey, like what was that? Why?
Yeah, that was almost a forced love story.
Yeah, stupid. And same with the Asian, whoever she was in the
Rose. Oh yeah, you're like
Rose, yeah.
Then she's in like 2 scenes in the ninth one.
Yeah, her character made no sense. It's like they're just trying too hard to have too many relationships. Like you don't have to have every person be in a relationship. Just make it Star Wars. Just fight. Like,
right. There's only really one.
Everybody has to fall in love.
Anakin and Padme.
Exactly. Like, come on, guys.
There's only one relationship that matters. Poe Dameron
and Finn.
Right.
The bromance.
Yeah. They were good characters.
That was a wasted character too.
My dog is literally named after Finn. It's kind of a combination between him and Finn Balor from wrestling. But
oh my gosh.
Yeah. I really enjoyed John Boyega's character.
Mm-hmm. One thing I did want to get into too is I think on one of your, I think it was episode 6, you guys talked about a little bit about Kenobi on your podcast. What did you think about Kenobi?
I liked it, but that could just be because I was so excited to like have that story. There was definitely some like plot holes and some things that were just kind of out there, but overall I really enjoyed like Revan or right whatever her name is, Reva. I didn't like her. Reva, yeah, I didn't like her. I thought they kind of just I don't know.
It's pretty
They didn't
forced.
do a good job on her.
It was really
Yeah.
forced.
Like it wasn't believable for me with her.
Yeah.
I was like, "Are you really mad?" Like you, I don't know.
It didn't like ruin the whole show for me or anything like that, but I don't know. Like I said, I just didn't think like her spot was very well written.
Well, she's another one though that is like her character did suck, but like people were coming after her.
Yeah, people like sending her death threats,
racist shit, like saying a bunch of racist shit to her too.
Which I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. Like you said, it didn't ruin the show. It just was like you guys could have done a little bit better with her.
There was a few scenes, a few things that she did that was like, all right.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, here, try this.
Okay. We just. I hope this can't cut out everything because we just started over. We are a high. Shit. We are just a.
Tower's falling apart over here.
It's your shit, dude.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I can. Is it the wrong ear?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you hear everything?
Yeah. Go ahead and talk real quick.
I'm talking.
I can hear her.
You can hear her, but you can't hear me?
No.
Well, yeah, because you're using the same headphone as me, so you're not going to be able to hear me through here.
But I can hear her.
You can hear her?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and turn your camera back on.
Jeez, that's embarrassing. She's never come back on here again.
I know. Those headphones work.
Hey, we had stuff like that happen. I just cut it out.
That's good. No, we could start doing that.
I've tried. Dude, that shit's hard.
I know. I think
it's
for
time
me,
consuming.
I think for me personally, like the best thing about the Kenobi show was obviously the Kenobi and Vader stuff. Reva served a purpose to the point where like letting Anakin, like Obi-Wan know, but then like to get stabbed in the stomach twice and not die. But like Qui-Gon died instead of getting stabbed in the stomach, and then
right. I'm all that bitch is not that strong.
Right. And then like, oh, I'm gonna go after Luke Skywalker, and it's like, okay, well I know Luke Skywalker is nothing's gonna happen to that kid, so this whole part is just pointless.
Yeah. But it's like they just need a filler.
I cried. I think I did cry when they did the whole Anakin is gone. I am what remains. I was like, motherfucker, dude.
I watched that so many times.
It hurts every time.
There were so many like extreme highs in that show that it's like if you
like the mask,
right, cut in half.
So many extremely like great and amazing parts of that show that like let's be honest, the Reva part wasn't great, but if you're letting that ruin that show for you,
yeah, agreed,
bro. Just stop watching Star Wars.
Okay, I want to get your opinion though, Mariah, on that real quick. So obviously it's basically a prequel show to the original trilogy. So you know that Vader wasn't going to kill Kenobi at that point. But what, in your mind, because I know a lot of people shit on the part where he basically had Kenobi, I think it was episode 3, when he had Kenobi like up in the air and then he dragged him through the fire. But then when those people started shooting and the fire came, I think because he stopped the fire and then it came back, he didn't go after Kenobi. So what are your like thoughts on that? Because I know people kind of shitted on that just a little bit.
Yeah, I think because in Clone Wars, especially when you watch him, like Anakin's dramatic. Like he's a drama queen. He wants to have that like extra little playtime and just make a point because he knows Kenobi's weak, so he knows he can kill him in like 2 seconds. So it's like, well, let's give him a little bit of like help him out a little bit, so I can keep trying to go after him, and actually fight him fairly. That's just
goes back to your favorite part of Clone Wars of, hey guys, look, Anakin Skywalker, come kill me, right? Like playing with people and seeing how powerful he is.
That's fair.
It's the ultimate heel, man.
He's just being dramatic.
It's not Vader's the shit, dude. I don't care what anybody says.
No, it really showed. I thought he was pretty like legit in that show. Like when he walked by and was just like on that person's neck. I'm like, geez.
Well, the thing is,
just killing people left and right.
We have a still pretty young Vader at this point too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
full of anger.
Like I got
and
very
powerful.
fresh.
I think it's the end of episode 2 when he is Kenobi sitting behind those boxes and he like reaches out through the Force and says Anakin, and then it shows Anakin in the freaking back to tank.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh my god,
Yeah,
this is peak. This is what we need right here. I want a Darth Vader series. I don't care. I want him like show me 10 episodes of him.
And he
hunting
said he
down
would come
Jedi.
back for that.
He has to, because he's getting his love now.
Yeah,
getting his flowers.
That'd be so good.
Like I said, I don't know if you get ready to move on from this or not, because I feel like it kind of segues into it a little bit. And I think it's like the most stereotypical, like dumb Mark question ever of like, what's the best lightsaber battle? But I think that like if you leave out the Kenobi battle in the final episode, if you leave that out of that discussion, your point isn't valid.
I think
it doesn't have to be number one, but it needs to be like. I think if you don't bring that up for even like a debate.
I think all the Vader Kenobi fights are top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like even though like Kenobi gets his ass,
they're just emotional.
In the third one, the third episode of the Kenobi series, like even that one I think is like pretty decent because it still like builds up and still makes you feel something.
And seeing like his acting too, like I don't know, it's just like so like emotional and powerful. Like when he's all just like he's scared, like literally he's like I can't beat this guy. Like I just gotta run for my life, and just being like you said, being dragged through that fire. Oh my gosh, that like broke my little heart.
Well, and I think too, like that's what makes like the lightsaber battles and stuff in Star Wars so great. It's not all about just like I brought up pro wrestling way too much in all of our podcasts, but like it's about the story and the psychology of it, right? It's not all just about like throwing somebody on top of their head and just freaking who can move the lightsaber the fastest, right? It's like the story behind it and the emotion of feeling like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? Oh no, Qui-Gon almost got hit there, right? Like, like for me, that's why like Ahsoka and Darth Maul during the siege of Mandalore, that one's up there too for me.
Do you know that one was filmed live action?
Yeah, I did know that.
Oh, they're fighting stuff, yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Right.
You're just a fucking hater over here.
Drew's a hater ass bitch. Hater ass bitch, Drew.
Talk about shit that you guys talk about. I watch movies. I love when people ask me, "Dude, this movie?" I'm like, no, the way how? Like, I watch movies. Need to get on some watching movies.
Movies are the best.
They are the best. I love movies.
I don't answer questions. I'm here so I don't get fined.
Right. I know we've been talking about Star Wars a lot, but I recently too. I know you posted. I saw you post. You did the dance for the entrance to Peacemaker.
Yeah.
What did you think about that show?
I loved it. I thought it was so good. I love John Cena as an actor.
Yeah. Did you like Suicide Squad then too?
That one was kind of hard for me.
The one that he was in. The one that he was in?
The second one? Yeah. That one I liked. The first one I wasn't a huge fan of.
First one was terrible.
Yeah. But the second one, they kind of redeemed themselves with some different parts.
Yeah.
And like Birds of Prey, I really like that one. I know people didn't like that, but...
See, I have not seen that one yet.
What?
Birds of Prey?
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's got Ewan McGregor in it.
I know. That's why I've been wanting to watch it. The Black Mask.
And he's like just like this mafia.
You don't watch it? Yeah. I haven't seen. I keep meaning
it's on Max, bro.
I know. Okay, I have kids, young kids, and I can't watch half that shit. I know it's rated R.
Yeah,
I know it's rated R, so it's tough.
Like I already love
kids can't watch that.
Margot Robbie as as Harley Quinn. But watching Birds of Prey just gave me such another level of like, if James Gunn doesn't recast her or like cast her as Harley Quinn, I'm gonna be pissed because there's no better person for the role.
Yeah, she nailed it.
And also,
for sure.
I heard you talking about John Cena, just to bring myself back into that. Have you seen
Peacemaker?
Yeah, was that not phenomenal and flawless?
Great show.
James Gunn.
James Gunn doesn't miss.
James Gunn don't miss. That's an active saying
Even his,
on the podcast.
What's his friend's name that's with him? He's not.
Talking about his brother? Sean Gunn?
No. On Peacemaker in the show, his friend.
That's
Vigilante. Vigilante.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about James Gunn.
Great.
That's my favorite character.
No. Yeah, he was great.
I love when
he's just low key racist.
I love when they were in bed, like after they had just got done like having sex with that one woman. He was like, they're smoking weed. He's like, I would totally shoot you in the face right now if this was still illegal.
And like little Eagly. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Eagly.
When Vigilante was talking about, he was like, do you think that I enjoy killing people when they cross the street wrong, when they do jaywalking? He's like, because I do. I love it. And do you think that makes me a psychopath? No.
God, you're a good character.
I rewatched the first 6 episodes. I need to watch the last 2. Robert Patrick kills it as his dad.
Oh my god, that freaking White Dragon.
Right.
Yeah, White Dragon.
Right, Dragon. So it killed. So I watched the 6th episode. I think that was the last episode where all the butterflies came in and took over. I was like, my god, I forgot how how absolutely brutal that scene was, dude. Like to die like that.
Be terrible.
Yeah, Peacemaker is so good, man.
Yeah.
But have you seen the Barbie movies? It was super random.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, well, you need to go see it.
It's pretty good.
It is phenomenal.
I'll admit.
Is it? That's right. My movie theater over here, it's got no surround sound, so we just wait for it to come out, or we rent it on our TV because we have surround sound. Like, what's the point of paying for movies?
No. They can't even make a movie theater.
Absolutely, it's stupid.
Right. What is it? An AMC?
We even asked.
What's the movie brand? Is this the local?
I don't remember. I think it's a local one.
Just
but
like
the next one next to me is an hour away. I'm not trying to drive an hour.
Yeah, it's not with that. But it's phenomenal.
For maybe to have surround sound.
And Ryan Gosling.
I love her though.
Oh,
she's
impossible. I don't like her. But I know it came in and kind of interrupted a bit and went back shifted. But what were you guys talking about again?
Oh, Suicide Squad. I was basically asking about like what you thought about Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, the one with James Gunn.
James Gunn's.
Have you seen Guardians 3?
Yes.
What did you think?
Dramatic.
I liked it. It was very very pulled at the heartstrings.
Did you
especially
go
because
into
I love
thinking
animals and I'm like,
oh yeah. Trust me, same with us.
Did you go into it thinking that somebody was going, like, how many people, like, who did you think was going to die? I'll ask that. Let's just go with that.
God, I thought like
everybody went into it thinking somebody was going to die, and they had to.
Yeah. I really thought somebody was. I think at one point I thought they were going to kill off even Chris Pratt's character, Star Killer. Star Killer.
You just said Star Killer. She's
Star Lord.
Star
Killer, Star Wars.
Star Killer.
He's a badass, though.
Yeah, Star Killer too. Yeah.
Yeah. But they did make you think that they were going to kill him off, and I was like, they cannot kill him.
He got real close.
Yeah.
His face was blowing up. And
Adam Warlock, which they did a scientific breakdown. They're like, he would have been dead within like a second of being out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
he would have been for sure dead.
Well, I mean, let's everybody who's died in Marvel in that way have taken forever to die. Like, I mean, even
he did the same thing in episode 1 when he was trying to save Gamora. He put his mask on her.
Yeah,
and Yondu came up and saved them.
But then Yondu in the second one, he took forever to die. He had a full ass conversation about how he was his son and shit.
He may have been your daddy, boy, but he wasn't your father. Or he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy.
See, and once again, it goes back to prove my point that on our Father's Day episode, Fucking Tyler sucks.
I'm sorry, Mike, you're not a dad. You don't get an opinion.
I'm a dog dad, bitch.
Dog dad. I feel that.
Yeah.
Wait, how many dogs do you have?
I have 5.
Damn.
Yeah.
One, and then I got my cousin's dog.
Yeah,
But,
1's good. 2's perfect, but 5's a lot.
Are you just grabbing random snacks off the table?
Yeah, I don't know who this is, but I'm eating it.
Just random shit that Drew pulled out of his trunk. There's just snacks over here.
Yeah, and meat sticks. They're pretty good still, so.
No, I didn't pull them out the trunk, dude. They were sitting in you ready for this? Like Christmas stocking.
I'll bet.
I topped off
Christmas stocking.
and I dumped everything else. I fucking shit. Beef jerky up there, Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah. Do you have the
It's
same?
sitting in your trunk for a year?
Do you have all the same breed?
Downstairs.
Of dogs?
Dog? Yeah.
No,
Okay. We
they're
have.
all different.
Which one do you have?
Oh, I have a collie pit bull mix, another pit bull mix, a shepherd husky mix, and then a ridgeback mountain cur. Well, I have 2 ridgeback mountain curs. They're brother and sister. I found. So.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I love dogs, man. They're the best.
I do too.
Except for Dello. Dello's great.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how much time you have left. I know we've been going for about an hour.
No, we've been going over an hour and 21 minutes.
About an hour, yeah. So I'm not sure what you're looking like. One thing I did want to get into is like the fitness. Because I know you're big into fitness. I know a lot of your Instagram videos are like you lifting in the gym and stuff. And I know that you've competed. Was that last year or 2 years ago? You competed and you won, right?
Yeah, I think 2 years ago now. What is it, 2023? 2022? Maybe it was a year.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
You like
A year or 2. Huh?
Do you want to compete again, or you kind of just like want to do the one show and be done?
Oh, I don't know. It's not something I'm very passionate about. It's just me mentally doing it. Some girls are very good at separating that very strict diet and then going back into normal life. Each time I've had a hard time doing that, like going so strict. And the day of the show, you eat a bunch of carbs, you eat a bunch of candy, Rice Krispies, to the point like you're sick. And then you just want to gorge out on food. So for me mentally, I don't know. Maybe in a couple years just for fun. But this last show, I was happy that I won it, but I was done. I was like, get me out of here. But it's just hard to get back on track.
I could see that. I've heard a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
How like the last like
it's really not healthy.
No.
Well, and I know especially for
because you're a bikini, right? You said that. I think you said bikini at the beginning.
Well, especially just like what the way the female body works too. Like you guys have to block a lot of, like especially like for like Veronica who competes in, was it classic?
No,
or what was it called?
I think she does a figure or
physique.
She wanted
figure,
to do both. I don't know.
I don't remember.
The women's division's kind of confusing me a little
bit. You guys have to block a lot of like your natural estrogen and your hormones, and it like a really, like, I don't know what I was talking to Veronica about, and she was like, she's known people who it's taken them like a year to potentially like to even like start to get their hormones back on track.
Yeah.
And that can be obviously life changing.
Yeah, because you get so lean and you have like no body fat on you at all, and it's just like, especially for bikini, because they want you to have some muscle definition, but they want you very lean and just very dry. So it's like I had to take the water pills to make sure I was extra dry the day of, and you're not allowed to have any water the day of. And it's just
what?
Yeah.
All water pills.
They call them a diuretic.
Yeah, diuretic.
Yeah. But I mean, it
still
sucks you up for sure.
Do you still have that sword you won? You won a sword, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, a sword and axe.
That's so fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool, like, award.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was done that night.
Were
It's
you?
like, nope, take me
I
home.
can see that.
Yeah, I didn't even care that I won. I was like, get me home and get food in me now.
What'd you eat after?
I think I had pizza.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I had pizza.
That's a go-to.
That's
to be honest about it.
That are like burgers.
Yeah,
Burger and fries.
Let's be honest,
Give
like
me something, man.
especially like the way like Sean and the way that Sean like programs us, like is steak really going to sound like that good? Because like with sponsors, we've probably been eating that all prep.
Yeah.
Like, nah, dude, let me get a pizza, extra pepperoni.
That was me, yeah.
Pepperoni.
Because
Like,
I
make
was
sure that none of the oil leaves it. You know?
But I just couldn't have any like condiments on the burger, and I was only allowed a couple fries.
Yeah.
So yeah, pizza's the way to go.
See, that's why I like powerlifting. Is that I can just kind of.
Yeah, he's more of a power lifter. He's into powerlifting. You can eat whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean,
and see, that's what, because like even with bikini and stuff, like you do lose muscle. Like there's just no way getting that lean that you don't lose some kind of muscle. And so then that got to my head too, because I'm like, I just worked my ass off to build all this muscle, and then I'm losing some of it. Like, no, thank you.
What was the lowest body fat percentage you got down to?
I don't know. I didn't track it, but I did go from when I started working with him, I was like 126 pounds. And the day of the show, I got down to 102.
That is holy shit.
In less than 3 months, I think. Yeah. Like 2.5 months.
Your whole prep was 2.5 months?
Yeah. So when I first met my friend for my first show, I didn't know how long you needed for prep. And I was just hit him up. And he was like, there's not a lot of time. You're going to have to work your ass off. And I'm like, let's do this. And it was miserable.
Say, because a lot of people that we know who do stuff, you know, like
16 weeks, like 4 months.
Yeah.
I mean,
my second show that I won,
like much longer than that.
20 weeks.
Yeah, I did it longer, and it worked out a lot better.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. The eating part just sucks.
She said it was like 2 months. Like, what?
Did a lot of stuff.
Like I'm almost as shocked about that as what I was about you hating Count Dooku. I'm still a little lost about that one, but
hey, everybody's entitled to an opinion, even if that opinion is wrong. Right?
Even if your opinion's dumb and wrong.
I think I'm the only one that feels that way.
Probably.
Never met anyone else
the only
that
person
does.
on earth.
Right. No such thing as dumb questions.
See, I feel like people like love Christopher Lee so much that it's like that's why they love Count Dooku too. Like he is like a great character.
Yeah.
But then you're like, Christopher Lee is the shit. Have you ever seen that video of that interview he did with I think it's Peter Jackson? Are you a Lord of the Rings fan at all? I'm not, but are you?
I've seen him, but not like, you know.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that interview that Christopher Lee did where he was doing an interview where he goes, "Oh yeah, Peter Jackson was directing us and telling us what to do," and he goes, "So when somebody stabs you, you do this, and you make this sound." And I guess like Christopher Lee was like, "Actually, no, that's not the sound you make. This is the sound you make." And like he told him because he's like, "I've actually stabbed somebody in the back before." I was like, "Could you imagine being a director like?" Okay.
Yeah, because wasn't Christopher Lee like part of
part of
like the SAS?
Yeah, he was a fucking
younger?
badass, dude. He had a medal.
So that blew my mind when I seen that.
Of why he was the best duelist.
Right, Count Dooku. We are a Count Dooku fan podcast over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
She's sitting there like, "Oh, for sure, yeah, Count Dooku's great." She's like, "Fuck him and fuck this podcast. We're done." She's like, we're gonna get on Instagram tomorrow and be like, "Never fucking go on H.A.B. Fuck them."
I was gonna say block.
We're gonna create an H.A.B. podcast like Google page, and then have a Google review saying how bad we are. A 1-star rating.
0 stars. Unsubscribe.
Fuck. Never listen to these pieces of shit.
Report.
I think we fucked up.
Damn, Tyler, you fucked up.
I know. I'm never choosing the guest again.
So other people that I'm trying to get, like, just never respond back.
I know, man. See, like, that's how easy. Like, I really reached out to her and was like, "Hey, would you like to come on our podcast sometime?" She was like, "Yup." I was like, "Bet." That's how easy it is. See, yeah, the people I know are cool.
I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun.
Cool too, but just people who I know are like big dog,
hater ass bitches,
big dog.
Hater ass bitches.
I mean, Mariah's a big dog, but big dogs.
Big dogs.
You're a fucking
winner. You got any more questions?
Oh.
Not really, to be honest.
Okay, I do have one question.
Oh, okay.
I've been meaning to ask this. What is the story behind the socks half off when you in the gym?
That
what? Is
I
socks
did
half off?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I have them just on like my toes. I think first I came from because I did dance and ballet for like 14 years, and we used to have like shoes like that to help us turn. But when you go on the ground, your heel grips. So I don't want to take my socks off completely in the gym because I don't know. I feel like that's just weird. So I need that grip, but I don't want to wear my shoes. So I just make them halfway. So I kind of have my socks on. Mm-hmm.
Like the
I get that all the time though.
I had a pair of those.
I've noticed that
too. I get that.
I've noticed that in your videos. I'm like, I think the first couple of times I was like, I saw socks like halfway off, and I was like, there's just no way. And then like every video you post, I'll look. I'm like, oh yeah, those are half off. And I was like, I need to ask her what that story is on the podcast for sure.
Yeah,
we know somebody who'll go to like. We know somebody who'll go to a commercial gym and take go barefoot. People go barefoot in their commercial gym. It's like, why?
See, and that's what I don't know. I don't know why it makes it better to have halfway off, but I feel a little more secure. Like it's just my heel getting dirty. Like I don't know. No one's looking at my toes.
No problem. Like someone takes their shoes off and they just like walk around in socks. I feel like that's not as bad.
Yeah,
that doesn't bother me as much. But like, like for me, like I go to more of like a powerlifting.
Mm-hmm.
It's called H.A.B muscle. If anything, if that speaks to you at all. It's a little bit more like industrial and grungy, I guess. So like if you're there, it's like whatever. Like we're all freaking spitting at each other and slap each other in the back and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
people are damn near naked in there lifting and shit. So.
Yeah. Like if you're at a commercial gym, like this is for grandma, and grandpa, rules. And high school kids who come to the gym. Yeah. Like it's more. I don't know. Feel more professional.
Well, and I feel more comfortable at my gym because I manage it too. So I'm like, whatever. Okay. Like, what are they gonna do? Kick me out of here? Like, I'm running the gym.
Kick me out fire. I mean,
yeah, like, right.
I got my heels out.
I just now. You gotta keep your socks
cancel your membership.
I got my heels out. What are we gonna do? Fire me?
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
So I do feel comfortable that way because I'm.
So since you manage a gym, have you had any like problems? Has there been like confrontations or anything like that?
Not really. Everyone pretty much gets along. There's only one time that a cop came in and he was starting some stuff and he wouldn't leave over an old guy honking at him. And the old guy's coming to work out, and I guess he was blocking the way to get to the gym, so he just honked once to get his attention to let him know he's behind him. Guess pissed cop off. He came in all mad. I told him to leave. He wouldn't leave, so I locked the door because you have to have a key fob to get in. His partner had a key fob. I guess he worked out there, so they came back in. And I'm like, oh, Lord, over this little old man honking at you. Stupid.
Good old Johnny Law.
Yeah, that's the cops wonder what people hate him. That shit
like that.
Right?
You don't fucking bully an old man.
Yeah, he made himself a fool. But other than that, we've had no problems.
What's the gym called?
Well, I do one in Kentucky, so it's Northern Kentucky Barbell, and then there's one in Ohio, that's Southern Ohio Barbell. So I kind of go between both of them.
Okay. That's what we're doing. Yeah. Kentucky Barbell.
You've heard of it?
Yeah, we've got some medals on the wall from Kentucky Barbell.
That's cute.
That's where like H.A.B muscle started, literally.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Is that a competition down there? So that's really cool.
See, powerlifting's a whole different freaking ball game. We have a couple power lifters that come to our gym, but they go to a different gym usually. But watching him train, I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I tried doing powerlifting. I'd never did it. It's just crazy the type of amount of weight that people can lift.
And that's the thing that sucks for me. It's like I stay between 255 and 265, and like my bench is all right, but my squat sucks ass, and my deadlift's all right. But like in my weight class, like
he also has no calves.
I do have no calves, but for me to like even slightly compete in my weight class, like I would have to put up at least 500 or 600 on bench.
Yeah,
and that's wild.
Probably at least I would say 600. 600 is too much, but and the same thing with like squat, deadlift. Like I'd have to be deadlifting 600 at least to even come close to competing. That's what keeps me out of competing because like my bench is like I didn't bench for a while and like I'm still getting around like 315 range. I'm hoping the next couple months have to be back up by like 330, 340s. But like even then I would have to do a push pull.
Blows my mind that people can just lift that.
But my squat sucks though. It's like last time I like did like a true like test was when we did the power building program with Sean. My bench was 335. My deadlift was like at 450, I think, and then my squat was like 375.
Yeah,
just 375, no big.
Squat is such a mental game for me though. So like, there's such a mental block that it just keeps me from. Because even like as I tried for like 385 or something like that, and I failed. Like, I think I literally dropped the bar
on squat.
Yeah. But like it didn't even feel that heavy. It's not that I couldn't push up. It's just like such a mental block. I feel like my knees are like not gonna let me get up or something. That it kind of just stops me.
I think too is like when you put that kind of weight on the bar, your mind is already kind of working against you. Like, oh, there's no way
see, we've talked about this. Is like
there's no way you can do
like that's 385. That's got to feel heavy.
Yeah, it's gonna be heavy as hell, bitch. And then it's gonna be like, oh, it is heavy. And you're like, told you.
Yeah.
Reality, you could have told your mind like, hey man, shut the fuck up.
That's the thing is my brain does that on bench, but I'm like, oh, it doesn't feel that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
See, my elbows scare me.
Oh, my elbows freaking I threw fucking shot put shit in college. My elbows are shot.
That's why I like bodybuilding better. Just I gotta cut a bunch of weight and then I'll be there.
Yeah.
Winning swords and shit.
I like bodybuilding. Right.
Bodybuilding shit.
Bodybuilding is a shit. I love bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Going to Arnold
definitely gave me another like that's hard too.
Well, I wouldn't even say the Arnold. It was more like when we went to Veronica's show.
Yeah.
In St. Louis. That's when it was like really like, oh.
There was somebody I know she does the 40 and over category for bikini. And there was one time we were in the gym together and she was in there posing. She was in the posing room. And then I walked in there just kind of like joking around and I was like, oh, teach me a bikini pose. So she's like, so she put me in like the one where like your back is like arched and your ass is sticking out.
First post.
Yeah, I forgot what it's
called. Interior tilt.
And she goes, yeah, you have to hold this pose the entire time. My back hurt for 4 days, and then I only did it for like 2 minutes. My back, like, I felt like I had phantom pain. They're gonna move my back. I'm like, oh, what the hell is that?
And you gotta keep smiling, and you have to hold it, and yeah.
It's like, no, that's what she was saying. She was like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think that's the worst part about it, besides eating.
Twice a week.
Hey, we're actually pretty funny.
They're pretty funny though.
Tyler's like, oh, I didn't want to be funny tonight.
This is why she's never going to come back on here because you're not even paying attention.
I'm paying attention to her. Talking about post interior tilt or what the fuck it's called.
Yeah, that one's hard.
Post interior tilt.
I don't remember what it's called.
It was hard, man.
That's called back pose.
When we were talking, Sean, our coach, had like referred to it as like some specific.
Yeah.
Something
I'm sure there's like a right name for it.
Like a scientific term.
Did you?
And he, but no, like when we were in SB and we were talking about all that.
Yeah.
Developments. And I remember them talking about that, like how she was like, my back hurt for ever.
Yeah.
And Veronica was like, yeah, it's like the absolute worst for your vertebrae.
You had that problem too?
Oh yeah.
Did your back
And you're in those heels too.
Oh yeah. No, I couldn't do it.
Dudes, we just like put on a thong and
Right.
on
Just
stage.
put on a thong and just start. That's it.
Y'all gotta move your body like in unnatural ways. Like just even doing what I just did right now.
Yeah, when you look at it, it looks so weird. Like, why do they want you to walk like that?
You're just like
look so happy while your body is just falling apart.
I'm in fucking pain, assholes. Can we hurry this up?
I haven't ate in 6.5 weeks.
I can smell my pizza in my other room. I just want to go to the room and eat pizza. Hurry the fuck up. You gotta come back tonight for the night.
That's
show.
what I told my buddy.
Oh, do you know how long my prep was for this? 2 months. I haven't eaten 2 months.
That's what I told my buddy backstage. I told him right before we had gone. I said, I'm going home. He said, no, you're not. I said, yeah, I am. He's like, you're literally about to go on stage. I said, I don't care. I want food and I don't want any more Rice Krispie treats. Just take me home. He's like, no, you're going on stage. I'm like, okay.
But the Rice Krispie treats
have to do it. No, they're the stupid little snap, crackle, pop people.
Unreal.
Whatever they are.
You didn't even have the good stuff.
Unreal. So hard to go home.
You gotta go with the home style roasted Rice Krispie treats.
No, just make them at home.
Right.
Making them at home is always the best.
I just bought the big box because you have to eat he probably made me eat like 15 of those before you get on stage. Like I was sick. The last one I was eating, I was like, I can't eat this. He said, you have to. I said, I'm going to throw up. He's like, well, you got to eat it. I was like, okay.
It's like, when does your stomach not distend after that? But I guess
because you're so depleted. Because like the last week you have no carbs at all, and so when you taking that Rice Krispie, just like my abs just popped out. It's weird how like food does that.
Just take every ounce of that. I guess probably like obviously like scientifically it's not how it works, but like like the shit's probably not even hitting your stomach before like your body is like putting it in, like literally.
More.
Yeah, exactly. My body's just starving. It's like I need it.
But your brain is saying you have ate way too much.
That's why we don't want to fucking do that the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's one of those moments like where there is that true like disconnect between like, because your brain probably does get overwhelmed by that.
Yeah.
Like not even necessarily like the fact that you're eating so much, but like the literal like chemical aspect of it.
And like the sugars and stuff, like.
Because your muscles are feeling it all, but you're like, because it's so starved, like your brain's probably not even like getting any of that yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like I think I got sick a week before the show, and I literally slept for 13 hours, and I felt great just because my body was just so depleted, and I was doing fasted cardio early in the morning, and going to work, then doing my workout, and not eating a lot, you know.
The prep from freaking Freddy Krueger. You know what I'm saying?
How long was your
That's why when girls want to do it, I'm like, huh?
Were you doing cardio after your workout too, or just doing cardio in the mornings?
Just in the mornings. So I had to do cardio in the mornings, calf workouts, and ab workouts, like all before work. So I was getting up at like 3:30 in the morning, literally half asleep, just getting dressed and driving to the gym, getting that over with, coming home and getting ready for work, and then after work, go back to the gym to do my actual workout.
Were you able to take caffeine, or does caffeine like mess you up a little bit?
I was allowed to have black coffee. Oh, I was allowed to have bangs. So, because I wanted something sweet, so my coach was like, "You can have a bang every day," and then I got addicted to bangs because I drank them every day.
That's the one drink you let you have is Bang.
Yeah, you probably could have had it better.
Could have so many better ones.
Yeah, well,
are you like an
energy
drink drinker?
No, I was kidding.
Like, do you drink energy drinks now?
Yeah, I've been cutting back because I've noticed I drink them a little too much. Yeah.
Yeah, me and him have both gone through times. Like, the time I always reference was like my last year of undergrad, so it would have been like 2019. Man, I know you would be around the same. We would have like 2 to 3 to 4 freaking. That was like when, like that was also at the time when it was just a kind of Bang was kind of on the market, but then like Rain kind of started coming out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
we both fell in love with Rain immediately. We were like, damn, Bang is dog shit. And Bang is still dog shit, especially with how the market has boomed now.
Yeah.
I haven't had a Bang in probably.
Oh, really?
It's probably been a year. Like that, because I've definitely gone to a couple of like gas stations where that's the only thing that I have is, or that they have.
Yeah.
But man, we would have like 2 or 3, if not 4, freaking Rains a day. Yeah. That was when I decided I had to cut out
factory life too. Yeah.
I said I was going through school.
It's wild.
So I'd have class pretty much, whether it was 8 to noon or it was like 1 to 4.
Yeah.
If not like later. So I'd have essentially I have class almost every day, for at least 3 hours. I'd go to my one job at FedEx from 3 in the morning till about 8. Go to school or go to work.
Yeah.
Till about 2. And then I would go to my other job at the same work from 2 to 11 o'clock.
That's wild.
And then
so you're just living off caffeine.
And at that point too, we were like, I mean, we're still like pretty heavy in the gym and go a lot now. Yeah. But that was when we were going to East like 23, and we were literally going every day.
Yeah. So we were drinking we're drinking energy drinks and pre-workout.
Exactly. That was back when I was taking pre-workout too.
Well, that makes me feel better because I only have one energy drink at a time a day.
Well, like I said,
if you never hear from us again, you'll know why.
Exactly. Well, that's like for
caffeine overdose.
I'm back to the point now. For like, I would say for the past few months, if I do drink caffeine, I'll like run to Starbucks or Dunkin' or something. Which even then is like I shouldn't be doing that. That spends a lot of money. But
yeah,
but usually I have an
adds up fast.
Like one. But I was getting bad again to where I would have like 1 or 2 in the morning. None of my coworkers love Starbucks, so like would go to Starbucks in the afternoon. I was drinking way too much. Those withdrawals aren't fun, dude.
They're not fun. That's why I'm drinking now. That's
what the problem is. Yeah.
I'll have one more and I'll be all right today.
Yeah.
Like,
psych.
So, random backstory. I'm a substance abuse and mental health therapist. So, like, literally, the place I work at, we do like addictions, like detox level of care. And like every time I say that, I'm like, it's like literally the definition of an addict. You hear that story constantly of, like, I didn't want to use anymore. I just did to avoid the withdrawals. I didn't know I could go to treatment.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, that's me.
Not the same thing whatsoever. Sure. But
yeah, but it tastes so good.
But it's so good.
I know it's so bad.
It warms your heart.
What is your favorite? So you still drink the Bang? You just drink the one Bang now, or are you just doing like? Do you drink like Alani Nu?
No. I go between Ghost and C4.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
What's your favorite Ghost? Yeah.
The sour watermelon one.
That's a good one.
Something that's just like, yeah.
If you were gonna say the Bubblicious one, I was gonna have to jump on you. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried that the other day. I was so excited about it, and I was like, "This was not that good."
we were both really excited about when they first came out because Sean said it was really good, and it was awful.
The cotton candy Bubblicious is amazing, though.
So I haven't had.
I don't think I tried that one. I tried the strawberry one or whatever.
Yeah. Because they have the cotton candy Bubblicious and the cotton candy one. Right? Don't they have like 2?
No, just the cotton candy Bubblicious. Citrus is my favorite.
Citrus is up there for Ghost.
Citrus is good. Tastes like Sprite.
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm like, oh yeah.
I'm a big 3D fan.
Oh yeah,
3Ds are good. And then like
Rain,
obviously.
Yeah.
The Sea Bums are really good.
Yeah, I never got into Rain.
Well, I don't think we asked your opinion, but
my word.
Wait, does Rain has the white gummy bear one?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I like Rain. Okay, I like that one. Yeah.
Got her back. We got her back.
We got her back. She's back on the team. Back on Team H.A.B. But for a while, I think that's one thing that contributed to it was that each race was sponsored by Rain for a while.
Yeah.
We used to go in there and they would just be the big ass coolers.
Yeah, they were free. Yeah,
they were free.
Take whatever ones you want.
Just fucking take like 10
Yeah.
of them at a time.
Yeah, we take them all.
No, thank you.
Exactly. Well,
Little
I mean,
bag.
that's the whole reason why he the guy who owns the gym decided to do it, because he wanted like the gym kind of sponsored, not like just him.
Yeah.
So like he'd go to Chicago once a week and completely pack his car full of cases.
Yeah.
So like we were all kind of shitbags for doing that, but like
Oh well.
Mike did it. But then obviously like I do like Zoa and I like Prime. Those are both good.
Yeah.
All I knew was just a basic bitch like
Yeah.
juicy.
I tried the
Peach,
new
right,
one from like
The Kim
The
K.
Kim K. one?
Kardashian one or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was fine. It wasn't anything like
yeah, we reviewed
exciting.
that on our last podcast.
Yeah.
Like
It's just,
It's basic. It's basic.
it was
as fuck.
nothing like, yeah. They hyped it up and it was just like, oh, okay. That was all right.
yeah. But I'm just kind of rambling on. Oh, the rain storms is what I've been drinking mostly. Is
I tried those. One of the members of the gym brought me one.
Those are
It
good.
was
those are
interesting.
really good. We
Mhm.
at the Arnold, so like Rain had one of the biggest booths,
Mm-hmm.
and they were giving out as many as you want for free. I think we tried each one of the Rainstorm flavors,
Advertisement.
Yeah.
like both days
Yeah.
until they were out, and then they were just giving out kind of like the old classic
Rains.
flavors.
Yeah.
But we took a shit ton of them home.
We did. We took backpacks full of to the Arnold.
Yeah.
Well, they're not cheap, so I don't blame y'all.
Oh no.
No, dude. If you go, man, get as much free shit
Yeah.
as you can. And like Sunday is definitely
So,
a good day to go.
Noted. Bring a backpack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because they let you.
They bring free. They throw out samples. That shit. They throw out.
We got a shit. Oh, ABE, all black everything. Those drinks are good.
Yeah.
ABE is good.
I think I've tried that one.
It's
Mm-hmm.
not as well known.
No.
They're kind of
I
up
don't
and
see it
coming.
anywhere.
Do you know who Patty Bramlett is? He's a UFC fighter.
I don't think so. No.
He's
I don't follow any of that.
from Ireland. He's got a flavor by them, and like we tried it. It was all right.
It was ass.
I'm not gonna say it's ass because it wasn't like that bad. Like comparative to like Kim Kardashian's,
Yeah.
it was a lot better than Kim's.
Yeah.
But it was a little.
It was ass.
Freaking Kardashians.
It wasn't great. But
Can we all agree? Fuck the Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
greatest comeback story in American history.
Whatever.
She got cum on her back. Yeah. God. The Chris Pratt joke. I'm gonna give Chris Pratt a shout out on that.
Oh my god.
Of course he did.
He lives in fucking Goshen.
A long week.
But
Yeah.
well, Ryan, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about, or anything else that you feel like you need
Can I
to
start
say?
rambling on?
No, I feel like we dove deep into a lot of things.
Good.
Yeah.
Almost 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, holy fuck.
Yeah, not bad.
No, once you get into Star Wars, man, you can go forever, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this is like our
Oh,
third
yeah.
episode.
Time
It's
just-
almost about Star Wars.
Yeah.
And we got a fancy microphone. We didn't show that on the podcast at all.
Oh, yeah, we got a new microphone.
We got a microphone, y'all.
Yep, so we're moving
Whoop,
up in
whoop.
the world.
Blue
Makes a
Yeti.
difference.
Yeah, except we used to have these little clip microphones, and they just randomly.
Hey,
quit
those
working.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, they did
Lots of
fine.
fun.
they were cool. They were nice.
They did completely fine.
Yep.
And I think it was the episode with Craig.
Yeah,
We tried to use them. They didn't really want to work, and then they just never worked again.
Yeah,
That's weird.
that's what it is.
I mean, they were $20 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
I
we're.
think I know which ones you're talking about. I've looked at them.
Mm-hmm. But that's the target. It's a little Blue Yeti, and seems like it's doing all right. You're hearing us pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly
sounds
pretty
good.
excited to see what this sounds like, and what it looks like when I, export it and then just let Riverside edit it for me because I don't know how to do all that shit.
Yeah, we're not fancy like that.
Yeah, I can't be big face like Mariah.
Let's say her editing skills are killer, man.
I sit for my job most of the day, so I have all the time in the world to sit there and edit.
She got like the highlights, like she puts like the subtitles and like they're highlighted when they're said. I'm like, damn.
I mean,
we don't do nothing like this.
I think that is just a click of a button though, so like I will give her that.
Hey, she kills it.
Well, you do have to cut it all, and then I take that cut format and then I use CapCut on my phone, and that just uses subtitles. So it's
She
not
lost
too hard.
me. I don't know what that any of that, man.
Well, I might steal that.
There's our idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making ours like that. I'll be like, I don't know where I got this idea from. I don't know.
Oh, that's one thing too. I keep forgetting to tell you is Riverside actually does like it clips a bunch of the episodes for the stuff on.
No, it's all right. I like doing what I'm doing.
Bitch.
I'm the social media director for this podcast. So
Social media director.
Right.
It's an unpaid intern job.
Hey, whatever works.
She said you suck.
I know. She probably looks at our reels and was like,
she's one of the people who like when your reel says it has like 5,000 views but like 12 likes. That's all of our reels always.
I know. It is what it is.
I've given up on all that. I'm off. People don't like it. I don't care. I do it for fun now.
Right.
That's what we do.
Do it for us.
But then Tyler's still like, bro, we need to record every fucking day. And I'm like, sorry, bro, I'm busy.
Because I'm having fun. Whatever, bitch.
You're such a hater.
I don't know. All right. We'll probably end it here. Do you want to tell everybody where they can find you on Instagram, give you a follow, give your podcast a follow?
My Instagram handle is Mariah Love Fit. It's all undercase or lowercase all together. And then podcast is the Gray Path Podcast on YouTube. I know I meant lowercase. But it's on YouTube and Spotify right now.
Awesome.
I haven't figured out how to put it on Apple yet.
But
one day.
Well, you use this like when it goes through Spotify and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Like from Riverside?
Yeah.
I'll try to... I figured that out. It was confusing as shit, but I'll try to help you out with that if I can.
Yeah, because I don't know. But I was like,
Yeah, I feel you. Because it was confusing as shit, and I didn't want to do it, but I was like, all right, we need to figure this out.
Yeah. Well, everybody give her a follow. We appreciate you coming on, like I said. And we'll have to get you on eventually in the future, too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to get everybody.
It was fun.
We're going to try to get everybody on twice, at least multiple times, but... Like I said, we appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you responding so fast, actually, too, and actually being able to kind of get on as soon as we asked you. So that was kind of nice as well. So, yeah, like I said, thank you for coming on. Thank you for spending your time with us. And if everybody gives you a follow, go follow the Great Path Podcast. It's a really good podcast. I enjoy it. Like I said, I've really been enjoying it. It's all about that nerd and fitness shit, so it's great. It's what I like to listen to. So
good combo.
Follow you on Savage
Guide to Light.
And I'm Savage Bodybuilding Dad on Instagram. Follow the H.A.B. podcast on Instagram. If you're going to watch the video, just fucking like it. So,
yeah.
Rhea Ripley liked our reel today.
Right, bro. Rhea Ripley liked our shit, but our fucking family can't?
Right.
I'm just kidding.
Don't you love that?
I'm kidding, dude.
I feel you.
You're over your boss out, man.
Definitely. I say, well, I would say this right now. Maybe after Ahsoka's over, we can get her on and we can do a recap of that whole. I mean, I know you'll do recaps on your podcast. We'll do recaps on ours, but like, I feel like that's gonna be that'd be a good.
You can
second
always talk
episode
about it more, like.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because I can't fucking wait for Ahsoka.
For sure.
I'm so
That's
excited.
the thing too. Is would definitely have the great path part of the H.A.B. family.
Yep. We'll definitely have to try to work that in if we can get like a.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
In Columbus,
Like you said, crossover episode.
That'd be sick.
It's like the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour.
Yes.
I was just about to say that.
Yes, that was awesome. Yes. High fives all around. High fives, high fives, high fives.
But
Yeah, taking me back to my
that's
childhood,
what I
please.
wanted to say it so bad earlier, but you got other stuff in the midst of that.
That's so great. That's a great callback right there.
Timmy Power Hour.
Right.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
But no, we'll have to figure that out.
Sure. We'll go and end it here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you for joining us.
Love all you whores. My thing. Not you specifically. Not a whore. Just my thing.
All of them.
Yeah, you did.
I had to ruin it, yeah. I didn't want her to be like, did she just call me a fucking whore?
I don't think she took that at all.
In my mind, she did. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so... When I'm talking to people...
When anxiety
yeah, it is anxiety.
takes over.
She's like, yeah, this guy called me a fucking whore, and I don't even know him that well, so what the hell is this? Nope. No, didn't do that. Nope. Not us. It's everybody. It's my term of endearment to everybody.
You suck.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Our episode never just ends on
And then we'll be like, we're gonna end it here, and they'll be like, let's just talk for 5 more minutes.
We're just talking about random other shit.
Hey, we've done the same thing. Where it's just like,
in the middle of watching the Cubs game or something, we're like, oh shit, Suzuki just hit over.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We love it. We're so random.
Yeah.
But all right.
But
again, thank you again.
Yeah, for sure. A Great Path.
Great Path podcast. Mariah Love Fit. Instagram. Go follow.
Mariah Love Fit.
Comment about how her socks are half on all the time.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
Give her shit about not liking Count Dooku as well.
Exactly. That's the unforgivable sin.
Never live that down.
Legion of 10 fans is kind of coming. Infiltrate your comment section now. It's coming. It's coming.
Our Legion of 10 fans. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
But all right.
All right.
Thanks, Mariah. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.